What's up guys, in today's video we're going to be upgrading my white tree frog from her quarantine enclosure, as you can see she's in now, to her forever home. Well, for now, we might upgrade her in the future. Let's get into it. Alright, so to start us off, I put silicone down so that the spray foam has something to stick to and so that it doesn't break down over time. I'm going to spread it out so there's just more surface area and so it's just flat, I don't know. I left a small area here for substrate because I don't need to have the background there. George is watching me work, so yeah, I'm trying to dry it out now with the fan. And I'm gonna try to cover the back with one of the ways I make backgrounds. It's just a trash bag folded a few times, and yeah, I have it already on her tank. And then for Maverick's tank, which is my corn snake's name, by the way, I use cardboard. So yeah, just tape that up here. I might do a tutorial on how to do this in the future because it is a little bit more complicated than you might think, but you could probably figure out by yourself. I don't know, I might. So I finished that, and this is a few hours later. I'm having it dry, and it dried actually within 2 hours, so that's nice. These are some of the materials I'm going to be using for the hardscape, and I'm going to use the wood in here that's the same as the other wood, and I'm going to use this plant. It's probably the center plant. So, yeah, I'm going to take it out of the pot, though, of course, because why would I want it in the pot, you know? And this pothos is also something else I'm going to do. It's actually a bunch of cuttings, but I'm going to just bundle it all together, and then I have another one I'm also going to bundle together, and probably put it in a planter somewhere, like, up there. And I have these other pothos that I'm probably going to use. They're kind of started to root, but so I might wait a little, but I think they're good. And they've rooted since filming everything and editing everything even more, so I'm probably going to add it in. And same for this one. I'm probably going to use the cup or whatever as like something to stick on to the background, and I'll have plants, like a planter basically, just built into the background. So I can plant plants like pothos on the back. Alright, I set up the hardscape. I took out the wood in there, as you can see. I also have some cork. So this is kind of the layout I have now. It might not work with the background, but we'll see. And I'm going to use this piece of cork, and I'm going to put that up there as like a basking platform. I think that should work pretty nice. There's a lot of hardscape of this wood, so I'm probably not going to use all that. Alright, so I got more wood. I went to the store, more cork, so I'm going to start spray foaming now. I got my Great Stuff cream color foam, and I just spray that all over the background. This is a time lapse. It took forever, and I ended up running out like just as I finished, and I kind of forgot to do the planner. So the planner is not currently in there because I'm doing a voiceover. I voice over most of my stuff so that I can focus more on what I'm doing than having to worry about camera and all that. Anyway, so I added some cork bark and cocoa fiber on. I forgot to add the planner. Well, I did add it, but I didn't put any spray foam over that, so I'm going to have to hot glue that on later. Hopefully it works. You'll see. Anyways, once I was finished, lots of stuff didn't work, and the expanding foam expanded more than I thought, and I had to carve it, which I did not plan on doing, but I ended up doing that, and that took a while. So I had to redo lots of the cocoa fiber. I had to silicone it all. This took 2 days. Well, no, not technically 2 days. Whatever, you'll see. So I'm gonna have to cover all this up, all the little cracks, and try to get as much of the spray foam covered up as much as I can. And yeah. So obviously that's bad, but also this is I took out too much foam on accident. and obviously the exposed expanding foam, so have silicone and put cocoa fiber on that, as I already said. And yeah, that's pretty much about it for the bad stuff. And I did run out of silicone, so I'm gonna have to get some of that tomorrow. It's around like 12 at night, so I'm gonna have to take a break and start back up in the morning. So I'll see you then. It's the next morning, and I got silicone. And off camera, I patched up basically everything. There's still a little bit more to be done, so I'm gonna spend a little bit more time on that. I just figured I'd update you out right before it's finished for cocoa fiber wise. So as far as that big gap down there goes, I have some cork that I'm gonna cover that up with. And yeah, as you can see, there's some expanding foam that's exposed. Like under here you can't really see, but there is. So yeah, and again, this big gap, I'm going to use some cork to cover that up with. It's going to be above the soil, and I'm going to, maybe a little bit in, whatever, might plant behind it and have that come out the back, which might look cool. So yeah, and the conversion kit's supposed to be here soon, within the next few hours, so I'll update you guys when that gets here. Right now I have it set up by the fan, so yeah. The conversion kit's here, and I secured it off camera so I can focus more, but that didn't really help because it looks very messy. So I'm gonna have to try to fix that a little bit. But it's smeared everywhere, especially in like places that aren't even gonna help it secure to the tank. So I ended up cleaning that a little bit though. I'm gonna try to do a little bit more, but it looks better at least. I used rubbing alcohol, and yeah, I think it looks pretty good. The conversion kit itself, not the silicone job. The inside of the tank has silicone everywhere from when I attached cocoa fiber. So yeah, now I have a fan sitting inside of it because it stinks pretty bad, and I'm gonna just try to dry out the silicone faster. And even down there I cleaned up because there was some everywhere, so that's just after I cleaned it with more alcohol. And I'm gonna try to fix that with like some hot glue, maybe all those like little white spots where the foam you can see through kind of. So yeah, for now though, I'm gonna just let it sit by the fan. It's been a little bit later, and I worked on the sides and put cardboard up for it, but it's not really the best job I've done, so I'm probably gonna redo that with some paint later. I covered the planter with cocoa fiber, and I'm gonna try to stick it to the wall and secure it with hot glue, and then I'm gonna use cocoa fiber to cover up that so it's not shiny. So I'm gonna try to get it this way. I did it a little bit already, but I'm gonna try to build cocoa fiber. I'm gonna put cocoa fiber and then hot glue on top of that and keep doing that. So I did that. Now it's like layered, and now it's more like even and less circular. So it blends with the wall better. At the bottom I didn't really focus on because you're not gonna see that no matter what. I played around with hardscape for a bit, and I found what I like, so yeah. It is going to be raised, which I'm glad because it's not too big. It doesn't reach the top as much as I want to, but it will get raised. Next, I'm going to try to secure this little wood piece with more hot glue and cocoa fiber. It's now secured. It wasn't before, it just stayed there. But it's secure with all the points that it touches. Alright, so I don't think I mentioned it, but I did take off the cardboard sides. I didn't like it. It was messy. It was a bad job, so I'm going to spray paint it later. I'm going to either do like half of it back to cover up all this from the outside, or I'm going to do it all. But for one thing's for sure, I have to cover up the back with spray paint because I didn't like the look of the trash can. It was more messier than the cardboard. Alright, so now we're spray painting. I have some stuff taped off, so I'm going to do all that. Most of it's probably not going to be on camera because I really want to focus on this. So it's all done now. It was a little bit rough. It's not the best. I feel like I could have done better, but it is what it is. That's the top. Because I didn't want to see that exposed foam. This is it. I think it looks pretty good. So now we're going to start adding in some substrate. This is just normal topsoil. And I'm going to add some cocoa fiber just to give it a little bit of a different color. And when I mix that in, it's going to look really good. You'll see. I tried to mix it up as best as I could, and I added in some sand, play sand. And I think it looks pretty good. It's the consistency I wanted it to be, and I already looked all through it to make sure there's no plastic or any glass or anything. So now I'm going to start adding plants. We added in first which I changed the position of it later, bromeliad pup. And some cork bark here. I'm gonna just cover it a little bit, just make it more natural, and tap some of that off so it's not all on there. And a plant could go behind there later. So now I'm working on the hardscape, which I changed a lot later and added more. It looks really good from right now. First real plant I added in is some lucky bamboo, and then a little bundle of pothos into the wall mount thing that I added, which looks really good. Now I'm going to add the second one to the ground, which I also tweaked. I tweaked everything a lot. I don't know why my voice sounds like that. Anyway, so I added a croton. Hopefully that grows. And last but not least, I did a few more touches. I added in this marble queen pothos. There's like 4 cuttings of there. Each have 1 leaf. They're rooted though. And then I added this little pothos cutting, and I bobby pinned that to the background. So hopefully it grows there. I think it looks pretty good. And yeah, this is it. Currently, I added in some more hardscape, tweaked it a bunch, and added some cocoa chips at the bottom. And over here, I'm going to put ceramic heat emitter. I have to switch some lights in the bulbs around and put that up here. Right now, I just have an LED because I want like the cool light. I don't like warm light. On a side note, guys, I just found my snake's shed finally. He's weird with shedding, but yeah, he's 2 feet exactly. So that's exciting. When I got him like about 2.5 months ago, he was less than 2.5 months ago, about 2, maybe 2.25 months ago, I don't know. He was only like 19 inches, so that means he's grown. Actually, no, when we got him, he was around 17, 18. So he's grown about 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 inches since we've got him. That's pretty crazy, so nice. I'm gonna be keeping that for sure. Yeah, that's a cool little side quest. Okay guys, back on track. I moved the tank from here over to here, and you're probably asking why it's a warm light, or warm colored light I should say. Well, I moved the LED light onto Mingo's tank, and the ceramic heat emitter is not being used because it was getting way too hot and it was smelling weird. So yeah, I'm gonna have to, we're gonna do a video on Mingo's tank soon, getting new plants for that. But anyways, I think it looks pretty good. It's set up by the fan. She's in here right now. She's probably gonna get moved in there tomorrow. And yeah. Okay, so it's about a week, and I'm gonna give you some updates. So, this plant is doing okay. This one, they're all doing okay, whatever. This one's rooted, so yeah. That's pretty good. And then the croton's doing okay. Whatever. I found this method. I get hot glue, and I hot glue sticks on, like of the same color, and I'm just making everything sturdy at all like touching points or whatever, and then I put cocoa fiber on it. So I'm gonna go get more sticks and hot glue, and I'll show you there. Okay, so I got more sticks, but they need to be sanded down because they have all these little bumps on them from other little branches coming off, so I need to sand those down. So I got sandpaper, and I'm gonna sand them down. Now they're sanded down, they're nice and smooth, and yeah, so I'm going to put them in the tank. Alright, they are all put in the tank now, and I think it looks really good. So I used hot glue and cocoa fiber to attach them onto the points. I did them across, going up, And I even added air plant up in the very top corner because there was some exposed foam. So now all that's left is to add the frog. Okay, so I lied. It's a few days later and we're not adding the frog yet, but I figured some solutions to the lighting. I'm just going to use both lights because I want the cool light. The basking temperature is right, it's 88, and then it's colder down here to the cool temperatures it needs, 75, 76, it's good. And so now for the plant situation, I'm swapping the croton tomorrow for a tall snake plant that's going to go up somewhere through here because it's kind of bare. Here I am at a plant ranch. I'm deciding on getting a plant, obviously. The plant I decided to get is this Monstera adansonii. I think it's going to go really good in the tank. Here's a sneak peek on what's to come next video. And yeah. Alright, so I got it bare root, and now I'm going to put it in the tank. I'm going to put it there and then replace that pothos, and I'm going to split it in half. And now it's planted. I think it looks really good. I'm really happy. And yeah, I replaced that pothos with the one half. And up here, I might want to add something there, but I don't know. Alright, so now I'm going to talk about some random details and things that still need to happen. I got ReptiChip here for the food bowl to set on. And then it's kind of keeping water down better, and it's easier to water things and not have water pool up. And now I'm going to talk about my lighting situation. So I've got the LED light propped up kinda, as you can see, on the heat lamp, and for some reason it makes the lighting look really good. I really love it. It gives me Australia vibes for some reason, which is good. I'm in Australia, it's Tree Frog. But yeah, you got the basking light here. I think it looks really good. After some time of holding her inside of her new tank, she finally hopped off my hand. It took a little bit of patience, but it finally worked. I sprayed my hands down with the chlorinated water prior to handling her. I then added in her water dish and filled it up with some dechlorinated water. I tried feeding her as soon as she was in the tank to see if she ate. She did eat, but the second time, which is what I'm showing you now, she did not eat. When she hid it away, she ended up grabbing on. Normally I would have taken the food away, but because she grabbed onto it, I just left the tongs in there for a few extra seconds. What's up, guys? It's the next morning and I'm going to show you guys what she's done in her tank, as I assumed she's in one of her 4 top corners. Yeah, she was clearly in her water bowl by the mess, so I'm going to have to change that. The plants all look nice. And yeah, that's it for today's video. I hope you like and subscribe if you enjoyed it, and comment what you want to see next, and I'll see you in the next one. And that video is actually already edited and ready to post. I finished that one before this one. This was a real long one. It's 20 minutes almost. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed. See you in the next one.